Now we have more news on the Thai Cambodian issues. The Thai Foreign Minister has called for a meeting with the Chinese and Vietnamese ambassadors to clarify the facts on the recent border clashes. Thai Foreign Minister Katsit Pirom will brief the Chinese and Vietnamese ambassadors to Thailand on the latest border clashes between Thai and Cambodian troops. Foreign Ministry spokesman Thani Thongpakdi said Katsit has met the Chinese ambassador at about 5 p.m. and the Vietnamese ambassador at 5:30 p.m. at the Foreign Ministry. Briefings come in the wake of escalating border tension between Thailand and Cambodia, with the exchange of fire on the three-day clash since April 22nd near the 13th century Ta Mueang Thom and Ta Kwai temples in northeastern Surin province bordering Cambodia's Udon Michai province.
The Commerce Ministry has announced that the border clashes between Thailand and Cambodia have caused up to 50 billion baht damages on the economy. The fresh border clashes between Thai and Cambodian soldiers have its economic cost at about 5 million baht a day, according to the Deputy Commerce Minister Alongkorn Polabut. The economic damages climb up to around 50 million baht as of now after the clashes broke into the fifth day. Thailand's trade volume with Cambodia stands at around 75 billion baht a year, while border trade accounts for 22% of this figure. So far, Federation of Thai Industries Deputy Chairman Thani Sorat said the border trade around Chongchum accounted for just 5% of the overall border trade volume. At this point, he thus did not think the economic impacts would be massive. However, he pointed out that the transportation of sugar and fruit to Vietnam would be affected too because many trucks had to go past the Chongchum checkpoint. Relevant authorities will be discussing on how to assist affected entrepreneurs. Thani said he did not want the recent border conflict to hurt the trade ties between Thailand and Cambodia. Alongkorn said the government had no plan to adjust its border trade policy. He said the country would treat the border conflict and trade ties as two separate issues. However, he reckoned that the stance could change depending on how the border situation would unfold and what policies the government was going to introduce. Economic ministers from Cambodia and Thailand are scheduled to meet in Jakarta during an ASEAN event early next month.
A recent report from the Asian Development Bank showed this resurgent in global food price will affect millions of people in the developing Asia. Resurgent global food prices, which posed record increases in the first 2 months of 2011 and threatening to push millions of people in developing Asia into extreme poverty, says a new report from the Asian Development Bank, or ADB, titled Global Food Price Inflation and Developing Asia. Food prices had been expected to continue a gradual ascent in the wake of the sharp spike in 2008. Reports say that fast and persistent increases in the cost of many Asian food staples since the middle of last year, coupled with crude oil reaching a 30-month high in March, are a serious setback for the region, which has rebounded rapidly and strongly from the global economic crisis. Domestic food inflation in many regional economies in Asia has averaged 10% in early 2011. The ADB study finds that a 10% rise in domestic food prices in developing Asia, home to 3.3 billion people, could push an additional 64 million people into extreme poverty based on the $1.25 a day poverty line. The ADB worries that the food crisis will badly undermine recent gain in poverty reduction made in Asia. The report adds that if the global food and oil price hikes seen in early 2011 persist for the remainder of the year, economic growth in the region could be reduced by up to 1.5 percentage points. In the short term, the pattern of higher and more volatile food prices is likely to continue, the report says, noting that gain stocks have fallen.